Bet, so we got to do the whole podcast to a metronome. I hope you
Of
don't
course. That's fine. We'd rap over it.
See.
Yeah.
The
whole thing is just
whole
rap.
podcast
Yeah.
is freestyle.
That's what I would do.
That's crazy. Yo, that would literally be like Lil Dicky's pillow talk.
Little Dicky.
Bro, I'm done. That show
Yo,
game is fire.
Bro, you gotta watch season 1 because season 2 got announced in June.
Oh, bro, I'm already balls deep in season 1. Pause, super pause.
Pause.
But we woke in this new century of music and hip hop and shit. We're not gonna be ignorant old heads.
Of course.
We're leading the charge. With that being said, welcome one and all to another episode of The Angry Barista, the angriest barista on this in this part of the space-time continuum, I guess.
Yeah.
I am Jan II, your host. With me today is a special guest, Mr. Kamron.
What's going on, yo?
How you doing? Yo, Kamron, introduce yourself for my friends who listen to the podcast and stuff. Like, I'm familiar with you now because your music's fire.
Thank you, yo. I appreciate that. My name's Kamron Bahani, and I'm a rapper. And yeah, I'm awkward, yo. I'm high, so like I'm gonna be a little awkward, probably. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, nah, wait.
Right.
I'm busting you out your shell right now,
you got
bro.
to, bro. A little bit.
Yo, I mean, it's all good, and like it's weird, like having a conversation on like microphones, like on wax type shit is like a little. It's like a little bit weird.
It definitely is
to.
because like sometimes you feel like it might be forced, but I'm cool with conversation just in general. See how it goes.
Yeah,
conversation's important, bro. That's like the number one thing.
You gotta open your mind up to like having conversations with people like not only that you just met, but like people that you don't normally talk to. Because like I feel like it just makes you a more well-rounded person and shit. Gives you more to write about.
Yeah, you learn more from souls than you do from school. I believe that. You know what I mean? Like I really do believe that.
Did you say from souls than from school?
Yeah, 100%, bro. You definitely do. I mean, I've met super dope people, and I mean, in general, there's probably like 5 or 6 people that I've met that have like changed my life, and just from them, I've learned a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's people like that.
You gotta get your mentors in life. I feel like sometimes, right? Like, I feel like I have mad like, yeah, and it's not just because I have daddy issues, but it's because like I've wild like older brother type figures in my life that you know like guide me along. Like I had an older brother type figure who taught me how to engineer, who taught me how to use the studio shit. You know, like you do learn more from interactions with other people than you do any other way.
Of course. And if you can balance everything perfectly or accordingly to how you see your life fit, it's even better. So it's all about balance as well. You know what I mean? It's okay to go out there and, because I'm not good at, I mean, I can converse with people. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
But sometimes there's a part of me that blocks that I need to kind of work on within myself.
Yeah, is it the performative aspect? Because I have a similar issue in that in that form.
You know what it is? It's kind of just like there's not even too much reasoning behind it. It's just kind of I'm comfortable with who I know, if that makes sense. Like I don't like breaking down that wall necessarily, and sometimes it gets a little difficult. But it's okay. It doesn't mean I don't like somebody as a person. It's just something I need to deal with, in time. I think everybody has things like that.
Yeah.
And I believe in that saying, like a friend to everybody is a friend to no one. I do believe in that. You know what I mean? So I like sticking with my people and being loyal to them.
Yeah. It's hard. Like I'm currently. It's funny that you bring that up, and I'm glad you brought that up because I'm trying to strike my balance. Like like I told you before we started, Naveed, who's off camera and who snapped when you said you learn more from souls than
it's true.
He said it was bars. But like he and I have known each other for a long time, right? So I would consider him like my people, like part of my circle or whatever. But I'm at that point now. Like we just got out of this. We're not out yet, but like we just got out the other side as far as like everybody in this room. Like you got your vaccine, this Corona shit. So like we're getting back into the world. You know what I mean? Like we got to play these fire songs we made for somebody out in public soon. So I feel like we got to get used to that. And like this whole year of not seeing anybody definitely made me socially like stunted.
Of course. Now the question for you, what is your goal when you make a song? What's your ultimate goal at the end of it? So I always like talking to musicians about that because like I don't really know. A lot of people don't really have like if I tell them like if they have a concrete goal, they don't really know how to elaborate on it. So I always get interested in like seeing what people think about it.
That's an awesome question.
That's a question.
Awesome question.
It's a difficult question.
Fuck, I mean, like it's difficult to answer because like I feel like you would give a similar answer, and correct me if I'm wrong, right?
Yeah, I mean, you guys you're doing pretty well with music. You've done well with music. He's done well with music. Like I'm sure you got humbled probably. He's got like 15,000 monthly listeners. You probably got humbled when you got to that point. You always dream of getting to that point a little bit, but it humbles you more or less. If that makes
The
sense.
tattoos are the most humbling. No lie.
This motherfucker's flexing off microphone, off
You got
camera
tattoos
right now.
also?
Yeah, like
How many you got?
Oh no, not me. What I'm saying.
his band that he was in, Naveed's band, their fans, like a few of them got fucking tattoos of their lyrics
That's
and their
dope,
their
bro.
logo
It's
and
not
shit.
even- okay.
That's
His
super hard.
motherfucker,
Yeah.
he's running on camera.
So what's up? I'm talking to Jens. Like, just to clarify, like it's not even me flexing. It's not me flexing on my. It's not me flexing me. It's me flexing people who showed such a level of support and love and dedication to what we were doing that they. I'll put it this way: I didn't even love my. I don't have any tattoos at the moment. I didn't even love us enough to put some tattoo on my body, but they did, and that's forever. You know what I'm saying? So. Shout out all 26 and loving memory tattoos out there. You know what I'm saying? I keep an album of that shit on my phone.
He's counting.
Absolutely. Because because as artists, there are those nights, plenty nights where it's like you feel like you're not making any impact. You're doubting yourself. You feel like you're never gonna, be able to make this your career. But it's like when I have those moments, I can look at that album on my phone, and realize, like I'm certainly not, the biggest fish in the pond. But that doesn't mean you're not capable of making real impact on people.
And that's real shit.
And you know what? I'll answer your question. You said, what's the goal? The goal is to create impact. And with that, you guys have a wonderful conversation.
All right, I'm gonna clip that out. And that's gonna be on Instagram for you. I'll send it to you, bro.
Because it also shows me being behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, shout out Naveed for doing all my visual stuff coming up and just getting visuals for this podcast with this camera.
Yeah.
But I mean, making an impact, that's a good answer. The answer that I was gonna give you for the question was, it depends.
Yeah,
it depends, because like sometimes like you'll know this. You'll get into that mood where you're like, I want to create something for me right now.
Course, yeah.
I want to make something that, like, if I listen back to this, I could show Naveed. I could hit up Kamron real quick. I could send him this voice memo or whatever, and be like, bro, I think this is fire.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes you're like, damn, like I want to write a song that's gonna go off when I perform it live.
But here's the difference, and because I say the same thing. I still do say that to a degree, but and this is just an opinion thing. I'm not saying there's no right or wrong answer.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't your job as an artist to share that part of you with the world? Because that art inspires art, and heart inspires art. Can't spell heart without art, boy. You can't. You gotta keep it that way.
Yep.
So like, if you have that, I feel like that's the purpose of making art
Yeah.
or doing anything of that caliber. Like, that's me. And sometimes if I make a song just like fucking around and like having fun with it, it's because I'm in the mood to. So you're right.
Yeah.
100%. Like, you got to be in your bag when you're making a song.
Yeah.
About anything, bro. That's it.
And I think part of it speaks to the unpredictability of music and just the nature of music when you have like those instances. And I know you've gone through this because this is just like a musician thing generally, is like when you sit down to write a song or you just work on music in general. You hit the studio, you got your book out, you got your voice notes out, you got your memos out, and you're working on music. And like it's going whatever, it's going okay, but then you hit a swing of inspiration, and then you finish a song in like 5 minutes, and it turns out to be fire.
Oh yeah,
and it turns out to be super fire.
Like I'm sure you have a song that's like the most popular song you got, or like something you released that. The song that I got that's most popular, I wrote in like 15 minutes.
And you're like, I don't know how this shit is my most popular.
I don't know. Something just whatever. I guess it hit hit everybody different.
Yeah.
And like the song I put the most effort in like didn't do well at all, but that's okay because I love it. So that's the difference between you just got to do it for you, yo. And whatever happens, like happens, bro. That's it.
You're right. And like to speak to that question again, I think regardless of what the purpose of writing a song is or what your goal going into the song is, like just the sheer nature of you sitting down to create some shit, like you're imprinting a part of your soul on that. Just offer it.
Definitely.
Offer it.
That's priceless because it comes from you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think it's kind of like messed up that like NFTs are taking over because I feel like intellectual properties are something that you need to keep for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. Like
we're gonna do an NFT of this episode, boy.
Oh my god, yeah, that'd be so funny.
We're gonna sell it for 3 Ethereum, and me and you are gonna split like fucking $9,000.
That's a lot.
3 ETH, boy.
That's a lot, yo.
Bro, so tell me a little bit about how'd you get started making music? Like, what was the first type of music? Were you did you start making hip hop? Did you start rapping, or did you start elsewhere?
I don't know. When I was in middle school, I mean, I've always been intrigued with music.
Mm.
I'm originally from Alabama, so like I moved to New York when I was 5.5.
Nice. You from New York, basically?
I'm from New York, basically, though. But I remember like the first time I ever heard rap music, I was actually at a barbecue over there, and they're playing Outkast, and for some reason, it's kind of like stuck with me. But then as time went on, I've always had an interest in music, and around middle school, I got really into like punk rock. Like I was wilding, bro. Like I had like the Punisher shirts, all I wore. I thought I was hard like that. You know what I mean? Like I didn't relate to anybody. And
Yeah.
To a degree, I still kind of don't.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I was really big when American Idiot came out by Green Day. Oof, yo, forget it. I was like a super fan. So I started just writing and everything like that. Then by 9th grade, actually 8th grade, I started actually recording rap because I was like, I'm too lazy to like play guitar.
Yeah.
I got in that bag. I was like, I'm too lazy to do that. Let me try rapping. I love both of them. I love all music. And then I recorded my first song. I bought my first session with a dime bag of weed. That was cool.
Nice.
And then, yeah, after that, it just kind of kept going. And it was kind of like, I didn't tell anybody I rapped until I was like in 11th grade.
Wow.
Yeah, it took
So you
like
went
3 years to. I was super insecure.
It was from grade 9 to 11 that
Like
you
8 to
were
11.
rapping? 8
Yeah,
to 11. God
8 to
damn.
11, yeah, nobody really knew besides like my really close friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, it was wild, yo. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it, yo. At the end of the day, this is who I am, so I'm gonna just put it out there. There's no shame in it.
Kind of smart that you did that though, because like I feel like then I mean, we all have the songs that we're embarrassed of, but like
Oh my
you know,
God.
like like
There's
the
so many.
Me too.
My heck, you sitting there. I literally have so many songs that I'm embarrassed of, bro.
Me too, bro.
Like-
but like the reason I bring that up is like it's good that you didn't tell anybody the first few years, because then you don't fall into like the fresh rapper syndrome is what I call it.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, like you think you're hot and you're really not.
Yep.
It's kind of true because I feel like when I was in 8th grade, I had such a fragile ego that anything would have shattered me and stopped me from doing that.
Yeah, like
Which is
so
why
if
I'm
you
saying,
show it
like,
off.
The way your path works is kind of crazy. It was, but yeah, I was just super embarrassed to be like, I'm a rapper and all that type of stuff. But yeah, it worked out for the best, yo.
Yo, I mean, you're awesome. I mean, like for people
Thank
who
you.
don't know about your music yet, I have been listening since you hit me up. I really like it. One thing that strikes me is just your command over your rhythmic phrasing. Like your flow is crazy. Like your flows are pretty tight. You hit these like really fast, like machine gun like
Yeah,
type. Like it's like
sometimes, yeah.
like the fact that you could keep track of what you're saying and like control your syllables and your rhythms that tight when you're going that fast. Yo, props.
Thanks, man. I appreciate
Props.
that, yo. I really appreciate that.
Of course, bro.
Yeah.
I credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
Like I mean, me personally speaking, like I would recommend everybody who listens to this podcast to go listen to your music to see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like how much for a feature? Tell the people how much you doing features for, bro.
For real?
Yo, why not?
I mean, I do. It depends. Like I'm very particular. I would do it for free if it's somebody I really fuck with. That doesn't bother me at all. Like, but if it's like kids from my city that like ask for a feature, I would never.
Yeah.
Never. No, and it's not like a disrespect thing. It's just like, I don't know. I just can't. I just don't. I don't like the rappers in my city.
Yeah.
And it's not like a beef thing. Like it's cool. Like you're doing what you do, and like I respect it. But some of them hit me for features, and I tell them no.
Yeah.
I don't care
not
what you
even
pay
for
me.
money.
No, not even for money.
Dang.
It just wouldn't. It wouldn't be. It's just, I don't know. I can't explain it. I feel like it's super forced. Like we're all trying to do our own thing, and I've done it. Actually, that's not true. There's 3 artists that I would definitely work with, and I have worked with. There's Sheila Carlito, which is like Andrew Diaz. He's like a brother to me. I love that kid to death. There's another kid named Alan E. No problems. Like their content is crazy, and I respect them. They're great writers. And then the other one is a kid named Chuck XL who like lives in Jersey, and I would work with him. But other than that, like no disrespect to everybody else, just like no.
Yeah, you got to put me on to them. You got to link me to them.
No,
so I can listen to them.
they're unreal, yo. They're really talented. But
Damn.
yeah, I mean, I'm very competitive with music, especially for my city. I would just like, I don't know. I'm weird.
No, you're
I'm
not
definitely weird for it.
You're not weird, and like we're all unique and shit, but like that's a very common sentiment. I feel like
well,
you
people
know?
just don't like speaking on it because they don't like creating problems in their city, and there's no there's no problems I have with anybody.
Yeah.
I just don't like your rap music, and you probably might not like mine either, and that's okay. And just in general, when we have differences as artists, that's fine too.
Yeah. I'm a little soft. I'm taking it to my feelings sometimes. I'm like,
no, it's not even about being soft. It's like, it's just straight up. Like, you're on your own. You're in your own lane. I'm in my own lane.
Yeah.
And I'm really focused on what I need to do. And so you should be as well. If it happens that we come across paths and we make a track together, dope. But I'm not going to reach my arms out to have a feature or put a feature out there for you.
Yeah, and it's weird too. Like, I feel like there's a lot of popularity games and like appearances games in music.
Sure.
Like,
and that's why I don't like it either. That's why I don't like it as well. Like,
yeah, like I don't
like that.
I love talking to the gram. You see me wilding out, posting my memes to my story and shit or whatever. But like, I hate like forcing it for the gram. You know?
Yeah, like a forced track is like the worst thing you could ever do. I feel like a forced track, because then what happens is, I have friends that make music. Those people I mentioned. If I get on a track with them, my sole intention is just for friendly, competitive nature. Like, I want to make sure I slaughter you guys, just like you should make sure you want to slaughter me. Like,
let's go.
It's true. Like, and if a rapper from my city hit me up, like, I'm gonna murder you. There's no going back from it. Like, I'm gonna kill you on. I'm gonna make sure.
I'm gonna kill you on your own song.
Yes, I'm gonna make sure you question why you love doing this. I'm gonna make you reevaluate that. And if you don't like it, then that sucks. I'm gonna make sure you question why you started rapping.
Can you kill me on a song, bro? Please.
I would love to, bro. Anybody like I would. And it's not even like me talking wild. It's not talking crazy.
No, like, I respect it.
If you don't believe that about yourself, like, you would really be about that. Like, you need to be.
Yo, that I love.
And it sounds so cocky, and it's not from a place of malice or anything like that.
It's inspirational the way you talk about it.
I want you to really love this more than I love it. And that's why I'm going to make you question it. Because the more you question something, the more abstraction you have. And the more abstract you get about it.
You touch this microphone again, I'm killing you.
And the more abstract you get about it, the more you learn about it. So you need to learn that. Am I crazy for that? Like,
you're absolutely not crazy, because
I don't think
the only way to handle all the negativity and hate that's going to come your way on the way to the top, you have to have that level of confidence.
You have to know you got it like that.
Yeah.
Like, I know Pen to Pad, if they wanted to try something, like, that's not happening, bro. Like,
I found one of your new best friends right there. He agrees with everything you say right now.
But it's true. It's like, it's true. And a lot of people are scared to be, they would call it arrogant, but there's a difference between being arrogant and being confident.
Yep.
Confidence is honing your skill to get to that level of mastery where you feel you've, ascended to. But when you're arrogant, it means that you feel like you put all this work in, but the final result is not there. The result is not there. You just think that's all egoic. Nothing else matters with arrogance. But with confidence, you work. If you put work in, you got to respect the work you do.
Yeah.
And if somebody comes at you and says, oh, let's do a song, I'm killing you. There's no questions asked. I'm going to make sure you really stop for a little bit to reevaluate why you love it. Like, it's true.
You can't stop me any longer. I've been on a hiatus.
I would even say some shit like, I want you to stop to evaluate. Like, that exact word. That's exactly
how you need to. You got to. And I would want, if I was like, let's say Eminem was on a song with me. Yeah, he probably murdered me, But
you're going to try to kill him.
But I'm going to make sure I will do my best until my dying breath that even if he puts his verse out, I'm not stopping until I'm at least level with you. And I'm just not. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not stopping. It's
as many bars as I could fit into the dang song.
No, I'm not. I'm just not stopping. Yeah.
I'm putting all the bars in that Eminem feature. I love that you brought up Eminem because Zach,
he's whack now. I can't stand Eminem now. I think Eminem is garbage now.
I'm glad Zach's not here. Zach, who we're talking about, also in a band with me. Zach is like fanboy stan for Eminem, bro.
Eminem is he's super dope, but now he's just like, it's too rippity rapidy that nobody cares. It's too technical.
You don't like Godzilla? I thought that song was pretty fire.
I didn't. I don't like anything he does anymore.
Dang.
I think like his last like okay project was Recovery, in my opinion. And then and that was only okay. But he's not for me no more. He used to be, but he's still like wordplay wise, probably maybe second best. I think Andre takes him.
Yo, Andre 3000 is so nice.
Takes him, yeah. I think Andre takes everybody, actually. I put Andre 3000 over anybody.
3 Stacks, my boy. 3 Stacks.
Yeah, he's
That's
really
the guy.
over anybody.
Yo, okay, so let's backtrack a little bit because like this conversation got me since I started thinking about Zach because of Eminem and he would call you blasphemous for saying that. But I agree with you, by the way.
Thank you.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I don't think he's good at all anymore. I know he's definitely super talented. Just kind of
the albums that he's put, like the past few albums have been trash
again, bro. You know.
Damn.
No, he was so much better when he was on drugs. He was crazy, but
he was so much better when he was angry. I don't think he has anything to be angry about right now.
Nothing.
He's got mad bread. He's got mad bread.
Even like the MGK diss, like I think MGK killed him.
Really?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, we're gonna have to disagree there.
No,
I think
fuck
MGK.
with you. Zach would. I've already had that fight with Zach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Way better.
Okay. All right.
But it's because of the audacity he had, also, which made me respect him more.
Yeah, it was the audacity. But you really think bar for bar, Machine Gun Kelly killed him? Bar for bar.
I think the fact
bar, yes.
sometimes sometimes when you strike the shepherd, the sheep will scatter, and he did that, and that's something you got to respect. You know, like for me, that's the one thing where I'm like, okay, he really did strike the shepherd.
Yeah, because like he
that's hard, bro. Like
he had the audacity to begin with.
Straight
You're right.
up, like that's crazy. Like that's hard. That's dope to me. I'm like,
you want to hear Zach's argument for that? And one day he'll be on the podcast to defend this argument because I'm bringing it up right now. But one day again, because he's like Naveed. He's been on mad podcasts. He says Eminem won that bout because Machine Gun Kelly, by the end of it, he was like, yo, I had to quit rapping. Like I had to start making. He started making pop punk music afterwards.
Yeah, but like look at how well Machine Gun Kelly's doing after he dissed him like that.
Yeah, you're
like,
right.
Machine Gun Kelly, I feel like wasn't doing much. Then he released that project and it like had 22,000 sold only.
He was
and then
big, but like definitely not the level.
Regardless,
awards now.
Regardless of who won that beef, regardless of who won, just the fact that you said he hit him, he touched the scepter, like that got him. That's the best PR move you could have done to step to Eminem.
He really, he went right for it. Went right for the. I mean, he didn't. It wasn't like a crazy diss to the point where it's like super offensive.
Mm-hmm.
He was straight up complimenting the guy, but I thought Eminem was just like, I don't know, I can't explain it. He killed it. Like I like Eminem when he raps like that. I don't like Eminem when he's all over the place. Like nobody cares how fast you rap. If I'm going to a concert, I don't want to rap that fast, and I rap fast too.
Yeah,
but I try to make hooks so people can sing along to those at least.
You trying to make songs. It's not about the fucking
all that fast rap. Like I love that. Trust me, you know me. I love fast rapping. But it's Eminem. He just bothers me.
Yo, honestly, I'll let you rock with that opinion. Zach, don't get mad at me after you hear this episode. It's fire. I agree with you. I agree with you. I certainly agree with you. But to move on from that, where would you say when you did start rapping or when you did start showing your friends like the music that you were making, initially starting out to make music, what would you say your influences came from? Where were your influences drawing from?
Oh man.
From then and now, like it doesn't matter. You can start wherever.
Like my main influence, which is kind of crazy because I don't even rap like them anymore, but I used to really, really love Jedi Mind Tricks and like Army of the Pharaohs. That was my like Philadelphia rap was my shit. Like Beanie Siegel, like all that. That was those are my influences. They made me start rapping, but self-titled in particular.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you know who he is. He's a total dickhead, by the way. Because like I made a song with him and he took 9 months to get me his verse. It's a real thing. 9 months. Literally 9 months, yeah.
Whoa.
So I don't like him at all. But he's probably my main influence, which kind of sucks, but like it's all good.
Yo,
but it's okay.
They say don't meet your idols.
Don't meet your idols, bro.
No, and we got in like an argument and everything, but it was still took 9 months, bro. Like what?
That's kind of disrespectful.
Super disrespectful. Like I would if someone like paid me for a verse, I'd get it back to you next day.
Yeah.
Latest.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, that was wild. But yeah, I mean, right now my influences are kind of nobody, and like not in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm more influenced by conversations I have with people I care about than I am by music at the moment.
Amen.
And I think that's a little more prolific than music because I've been inspired by music my whole career.
Yeah.
So to be inspired by people that I'm actually cool with now, I think is like a bigger thing for me because it really helps you delve deep into your spirit and figuring out you as a person. So once you jot that down and you start to discover who you are, I think that's way more powerful. For me, that's where I'm at right now in life. And yeah, but
no, that's
kind of where I'm at.
That, bro, like that's a beautiful way to put it.
That's where I'm at right now.
You need to. I like that. I like that as an influence a lot. You have to draw influence from your regular life.
Yeah.
You just have to draw influence from not only your surroundings and your situation that you're in, but like you said, the people that you love and the people that you interact with too. Hella important.
OD, it really is. Like it's super important. So yeah, I've got a few people that I talk to a good amount, and even the ones I don't talk to a good amount. But every time I have a conversation with them, I learn something. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they're the ones who kind of are molding my music right now.
Who influences, since we're on people, who influences your music as a person more? Like what category of person? Somebody you don't like, somebody you love, or a heartbreak or like a romantic situation?
I've had heartbreak, and heartbreak actually like you learn a lot from that type of stuff. Like I was younger though, but you learn a lot from that type of stuff. And I think I just found more influence and peace within itself and making peace with your past, anything like that. You can't be mad at people for wanting to do what they want to do. And that's a big misconception a lot of people have.
Yeah.
That's their life. That's their obligation to do what they need to do. They want to leave your life. I ain't mad at you, yo. I wish you the best. That's your duty. Your life is your duty.
Yeah.
That's your gift. I'm not taking your gift away. So if you want to leave, please do it.
Yeah.
Whatever makes you happy. So when you kind of go through a lot of situations like toxic relationships, toxic friendships, things like that, and you recognize that you don't really have control over what their next move will be. You got to make sure your pawns play their part. You got to protect your kingdom. That's it. And that's all. And if they can't, that's okay. You still got the queen there. You still got a couple other people there, other pieces. Okay. They come and go.
Do you find that it helps you to like in a cathartic way to sit in negative emotions when
Absolutely.
when you're coming out of those toxic relationships? An example.
Hell yeah, that's the only way you really learn about yourself, and you fill those voids. You have to sit with everything you feel. And I struggle with mental health a lot.
Yeah,
I'm diagnosed with OCD and generalized anxiety disorder.
Yo,
so you know what I mean. Like you really need to sit with those things. You need to sit with those, and you can't fight them.
Yeah.
Everybody says it, but everybody fights their demons. I'm gonna chill with mine.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I too have been diagnosed with GAD and panic issues and shit. Like,
oh yeah,
mental health is a real thing that
definitely.
And it's crazy that like hip hop is only just now starting to get like, I feel like within the past like 5 years, only like 10 years, like really like it's more acceptable to like rap about how you feel, rap about like suicidal thoughts and tendencies and shit, for example. Like,
yeah, I mean, I really struggle with mental health, and I had a conversation with somebody the other night, and I expressed like what I went through, you know what I mean? And I think as individuals, we're more focused on the future as opposed to the present and the past. We try to bury the past, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you got to recognize that it did exist. And that it makes you appreciate the present moment a lot more, because the present moment solely, all it is really just construction for the future and reparation of the past. That's really all it is. So if you can focus on that and hone in on that and realize that, you'll be straight. But you need to really delve into yourself to realize what you went through in order to become a better individual, not just for yourself, but for the people you have the opportunity, to inspire.
Yeah.
So that's why it's cathartic for me, definitely.
Fuck. I mean, it's heavy, but I love like.
No, you gotta have conversations like this. They're extremely necessary.
You go to therapy at all?
I used to go to cognitive behavioral therapy.
I just started CBT again.
Oh, dude, yeah.
For like the second.
A lot of people really look down on therapy, and but therapy is super important. It's really, really important. A lot of people, you just need somebody there to listen a lot of the time. And that's a lot of things that people don't really have the time to do, which I think is kind of selfish. And hey, if they want to choose to be that way, they could be that way. But if somebody I love and care about, the one thing that I notice about loving somebody you really care about, friends, girl, whatever it is, don't matter what it is. Whatever battles that they endure, you want to be by their side and endure it with them.
Yeah. Amen.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't have a war without soldiers. So, you need to be there for your people.
Yeah. Your euphemisms are on point, bro.
Thanks,
yeah,
man.
yeah, analogies is on point.
Bro.
Fucking like no, but like you're absolutely right, bro. Like you're absolutely 100% right. Like I feel as though therapy right now for me is like it's a necessity, right? Like it's a fucking necessity, and I talk about it kind of openly with my friends. Maybe not as often as I should on the podcast.
You absolutely
but
should.
Like it's something that really I feel like is difficult. It's very difficult to talk about still, and like it's hard to knock people for not taking care of their mental health because of how stigmatized it even still is. Like we're way better now in society, America, like in the world.
For sure, though.
But like
Definitely.
it's way stigmatized.
Definitely stigmatized. I think the only way to kind of get over that feeling of feeling stigmatized in general is you just got to realize that your disability or your disorder does not really make you, but it does make you who you become. It always will. You know what I mean? It doesn't make you in this moment, but it will shape you. It will shape you.
Yeah.
Like I promise you that, coming from somebody who really went through, I went through it bad. And I don't really talk about it with too many people either. My friends don't really know the details of it or how in depth I could really get about it. But that's because I'm at peace now. I made peace with it. I went to therapy. I did what I had to do.
Yeah.
And now it's actually a blessing to go through it. I recognize that. Because if anybody I love is going through something like that, I am there for them. You know what I mean? And it makes you prepared for something like that. Because you never know. You really never know what people are going through.
Yeah. I'm so glad we're moving in the positive direction of like destigmatizing it. And I hope that like more people like us within our field, not even just of hip hop, but like in the greater like music industry in general, like take more of like a genuine attention to it, because there is of course like the performative what's the word that I'm looking for? Either of you guys could chime in. Performative, not allyship, but like that could be a word that we use here too. It's like a very performative, like you're almost pretending to be an activist for the cause. You know what I mean? Just to like look good for other people.
Yeah.
That like
that's not cool.
That very
like that
often hurts the cause of mental health, I feel like.
Definitely. I think there's a lot of PR moves that a lot of celebrities do that are total bullshit. And that they probably don't even genuinely support, but they do it because it's a good look for them, more money in their pockets, more notoriety. That's why I like songwriting. I don't ever want to be center stage like that, because that would just kill my whole spirit. That would kill me, probably. I can't do that. No way.
What, like songwriting for somebody else and like
that's like my avenue. That's my thing. I like doing that. But and I love rap. I love making my own music too, but I like having a niche independent audience. And there's been times where people have hit me up saying like, your music has got me through, a bad day, and that's good enough for me, bro. That's my payout. I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool. It's not like, and I have, other business endeavors that I take care of, but music is just, it's a passion and it's a purpose. Being able to inspire people is a purpose. So there's something I kind of learned. If you inspire one person, keep going. That's it. Like, if you inspire one person, bro, like, keep going.
That's powerful.
If you inspire one, it doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah. If
one person reaches out to you and says, you made my day better and you affected someone's life in a positive way, you keep that shit fucking going.
Yeah.
You don't quit.
And think about if one person reached out to you to tell you that, think about the other people who just saw it on the peripheral but got inspired by the message anyway and didn't hit you up.
Yeah, absolutely. But there's going to be a lot of people who don't hit you up anyway because they don't want to seem weak. Unfortunately, that's another thing as well.
The stigma of giving somebody props.
I'm the same way. If someone from my city makes a good song, I'm never going to be like, yo, good song. I'll never. And that's my problem too. But, unless like my close artist friends, but I'll never do that either. So,
like, yo, if I like the music, I don't care where you're from. If it's fire, I'm posting that shit on my story. I'm showing my fiance. I'm going to my mom's crib.
Engaged? Yeah, congratulations, bro. I didn't know that.
Thank you. I mean, like, it happened during quarantine. Like, I asked my girl to marry me June of last year.
Ooh, made her your quarantine.
Quarantine wifey.
Yeah, that's kind of hard, yo. That's dope.
It's awesome. I mean, like we had the conversations to do it, even prior to it happening or whatever. So like we knew like we had been going out like 3 years prior to me even asking her or whatever.
Right,
so like I was already pretty sure. Like it just the timeline got moved up because of the pandemic. It was one of those fight or flight situations where it was like, damn, the world closed down. I'm like, I have the bread to buy the ring now, or I could keep that. That's a nice little pillow or whatever. Like it'll get us through like a few months of not working and shit, the world being shut down. And I was like, but then I don't know when I'm gonna buy this ring. Like I don't know when the fuck I'm gonna ask her to marry. If I don't buy this ring now, I don't know when I'm gonna have that sum of bread to buy the ring again. So I took the fucking the financially irresponsible decision again. And I bought that ring during quarantine, and I asked
that's
her.
not financially responsible. If you love somebody, bro, you gotta make that. You gotta make that shit firm.
It's spiritually responsible.
Spiritually responsible.
Definitely. Yeah, financially very irresponsible.
You'll be fine, bro.
No, I was alright. I mean, I made it. I'm here. I still don't have that much in my bank account, but I'm here. We're here. We're out here,
man. Yeah, it's like literally as long as you're happy.
Very happy, bro. I mean, like we were gonna get married this fall of this year. But it's looking like it's a wrap for that. It's 2022, bro. It's 2022.
See, like, the thing is with me, when it comes to, like, anything like that, like, what made you be like, all right, like, this person is the one? Like, what made you, because me personally, I feel like everybody's got different types of connections with a ton of different people. So maybe it's just the way I look at things. Mm-hmm. But there's people in general that I'm super connected to. Yeah. Like, no matter who they are, even homies, like, I'm super connected to them. Like, it all, is it just kind of like you feel like you could build memories with them? Like, how do you perceive it?
Yeah, it's
you know what I mean? Too. Like, I feel like it's such a difficult question. I've asked multiple people this, and I've gotten so many different answers.
It's the sake of like I can see myself not only building memories with her, but like building a life with her. Oh, yeah, you know what I mean? It's dope, like bro. That opportunity of like. I have my life, like I have my friends, my family that I choose in the world, that I have, like the people that I know, but then like the home life is something that it's like it's like a collab track, you know what I mean? That like always happens all the time.
For life though.
But life, it's like a collab track on life.
Collab track for life.
I could tell you a very condensed, a very shortened version of how we met, and then you'll be like,
I seem like I'm a white woman and like rom-coms, but I love hearing how people met.
All right, we're hitting cool. white chicks right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Somebody get the prosthetics. We about to get all the makeup done. So one of my best friends, shout out Manuela. Manuela's the go for this, but one of my best friends in college, she caught me coming out of a relationship. I just got out of like a terrible relationship with this girl in school. It was like royal controlling, weird, talking to other guys, and I was like,
oh yeah, that's a big no.
Yeah. You're like, that's a big no,
bro. Hell no.
So I step out this relationship and I'm like, I'm ready to go hoe phase. Like, I'm like, okay, like I've been a serial monogamist for a while. Like, I'm ready to go hoe phase.
Wow.
And my friend Manuela's like, nah, like I know somebody who I went to high school with. She was my best friend in high school. You need to let me hook you up with her. You need to let me put you on a date. Like, we'll blind date this shit. And I'm like, that sounds kind of hard, but nah, no thanks. I'm going hoe shit right now. But she finally convinced me. I did it. We set up the date. It was a blind date. Didn't know who the fuck she was, what her name was, what she looked like. Day of, she told me her name, and everything, all the information that I needed. But then Emily, shout out Emily, my fiance, she got sick that day, and I thought she just canceled on me. Like I thought she was just
a lot of people. I would think the same thing.
Yeah, so I got shook. I got insecure. I'm like, oh man, I was excited for this shit. Whatever. Also, by the way, it's funny that I found out the day we were supposed to meet up that her name was Emily because she's the third Emily I've dated.
And the last. Because you're getting married.
Yeah, the last one. The very, very last one. And it's funny because the second one was a choice. The third one, it was a blind date, so it wasn't a choice. But, yo, it didn't work out that one date, right? Because she got sick. Mm-hmm. Fast forward 2 weeks, I'm already like sort of not salty about it anyway. I'm coming back home from the gym, mad dirty, like I need a shower or whatever. It's raining. It starts raining. I don't have an umbrella. I'm like, fuck. And then I see this beautiful girl walking down the sidewalk with an umbrella. And like, I look at her and I'm like, yo, that looks like the Instagram page that my friend sent me the day of the blind date. And I'm like, Emily? And she's like, Jan? And then like I'm like, yo, what's up? And she's like, oh, nothing. And she steps closer to share her umbrella with me. And that in that gesture of like, this is the first time this girl has met me, and she's stepping close enough to me to share her umbrella with me because she sees that I don't have an umbrella for myself. I'm like, I'm marrying this girl. Like that's dope, happening right there.
Good for you. That's awesome, man. I'm happy for you. Yeah,
like,
that's dope, bro. That's cool.
That level of kindness for you, like for you to show that level of kindness to a stranger, like I was a stranger to her, bro.
Character is everything, yo. Character is literally everything. So good for you, man. You met somebody with dope character.
That's a song right there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stand under my
umbrella. Yo, we stole that. We're not stealing that, bro. We're not stealing that.
Remix.
It's a fire song. We could do a remix.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean like that in a nutshell. I know I said I was gonna make it short. That was kind of long.
Oh, yo, listen. It's all good.
That has to be your wedding song.
It's literally all good.
Yeah.
Man.
That shit is going to be our wedding song, probably. Umbrella by Rihanna. This is
that's
ridiculous.
Still dope, though. No, you kidding?
But that's it. That's the answer to your question. I think like you summed it up best in response to the story is the character.
Yeah, character is the number one thing. It really is. And time is the only thing that's going to prove that. Whether you believe that about somebody, time is the only thing that'll prove that about them. So, yeah, because if I see somebody fumble something, like, I get a little worried. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to distance myself a little bit.
And she's only gotten more solid with time, too.
Which is, you're good, bro. You got to go on that. Yeah, good for you.
Like, if she were to fumble a little bit at this point, I'd be like, yo, I have to let you rock on that. Like, because, like, you've just been solid this whole time.
Got to let you go to let you grow.
This whole time.
Yeah.
And, like, there's nothing I think that can shake that. And I'm blessed, bro. I'm thankful. Like, I know not everybody finds it right away. People find that type of relationship at different points in their life if they're looking for it, if they want it type shit. But, like, I mean, yo, it's if you find somebody, whether it's like somebody you're trying to date or spend your life with or whatever, or a friend, or like somebody you're trying to make a band with, do music collaboration with, if their character is on point, on fleek, as the kids be saying,
on fleek.
That's old school. If their character's on fleek, then you got to keep them in your life.
Absolutely, yo.
Got to do it.
Definitely, that's fire, yo.
Shit, yo, bro. I mean, like, what other? I don't want to keep you too long.
No, take your time, yo.
What other business endeavors do you engage in outside of music? If you don't mind me asking, like
I do a couple things. So I have my own granite company.
Nice.
So I'm a subsidiary company, and I remodel kitchens and do all that.
Oh shit!
And I love doing that too. I got blessed, yo. I love everything I do.
Nice.
It's really rare. I feel like that's a really rare thing that I love everything I do.
Where's the company based out of? If you don't mind me asking?
I work in like Rockland, Westchester, Jersey. I've done a couple places in the city, actually in Astoria, but primarily Rockland. I stick around and Jersey, sometimes Jersey too.
Damn, I know who I'm hitting up once I buy property to do some fucking work.
Yeah, yo. Oh, also buy property. That's the number one. No, seriously, that's buy property because you gotta buy land, yo, because God ain't making any more of it. You gotta buy that.
Shit, yo, your euphemisms are on point. This guy,
his prose is poetic.
Yeah, his prose is wild poetic. I mean, what got you into that? Like, what got you into like granite work and like that type
and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So like my biggest fear, I grew up with a father who's from Iran. He came straight off the boat. You know what I mean? And I saw him work really hard. And in my household, like I have a brother with autism. You know what I mean? So he was
that shit's hard.
Yeah. He was diagnosed when I was 10, so he was 2. And then I kind of felt like I grew up a little bit early. And I also worked with my father prior to being a subsidiary. Maybe when I was 13, so maybe like for 12 years.
Dang.
So he taught me a lot of things. And since I worked in that industry, I had a lot of connections with a lot of people over time. And I got lucky. To be honest with you, I got lucky. But I took advantage of that luck. So
you didn't let the opportunity slip.
Hell no. Hell no.
If there's one thing you could learn from Kamron today, ladies and gentlemen, don't let that opportunity slip.
If it knocks more than once, take it, no matter what it is. Half. I'm half. My mom is Italian, and my dad's Persian. Yeah. So you know what I mean.
Those family cookouts must have been crazy
food.
To
be honest with you, like my mom is like she's such a writer. Like my dad is obviously speaks Farsi fluently, came from a different country. My mom learned the language, Cooked
Oh.
all the food, learned how to cook all the food. They got married when she was like 19, she got married to him.
Oh.
She learned the whole language, and like she looks like the Martha Stewart type. You would never ever imagine her. That's like, yo, she's a huge inspiration. Like I love my mom. She's the best, yo. She's so cool.
Your mom does it for the culture, bro.
Oh.
Your mom does it for the culture.
And she straight up cooks Persian food better than like a lot of Persian places I've been to. And it's wild.
She not invited to the cookout. She
She does though. She like cooks. She's really, she's that's a rider.
Yeah.
So like I hold that. I mean, it's gonna be hard. I hold that. Like that's the type of character that like is super inspirational to me.
Yeah,
she inspires me every day.
Shout out our moms, Shout out our moms. They're
super. Yeah, moms are super important. I think women like are super important.
Yeah,
I think women really are super important. Like
shout out women.
They run the world.
They do, yo. They're so much better than men. Like,
bro.
They are like it's just it is what it is, but they are.
I'm working on it. I made a promise to not my fiance doesn't care. She's the best shit. Like I could say like the wildest shit about women in a song.
My songs,
and I won't. But like
I do.
I could say I sometimes do. I could say the wildest shit about women, and my fiance's like, "Yo, that song's fire. I really like it." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, thanks." But like, like it's just I promised one of my other friends that I was working on getting the word bitch out of my raps.
Oh
but like when talking about women specifically, I'll call a dude a bitch anytime.
Yeah. I mean, I talk even in Moon. I say like I forgot my lyrics already. I say like there's two types of hoes in this poor man's land. The ones who think they got it, so they flex it on the gram, or the ones who did it right and put their shit on OnlyFans. Like I don't.
Yo, but like that's fire.
It is fire, but it's like I've gotten backlash for it. Like people, like, I'm like, yo, I am so far from. If you don't know me, like I just make music because like I like making fun music, and if that comes out, like it doesn't mean I'm harboring those emotions towards women at all.
And it's not like you're
saying
I
was pretty much raised by a single mother. She raised me.
Yo, and it's not like you're saying all women are hoes.
No. But just like men could be hoes too. That's a big misconception as well. Yeah,
it's a gender neutral word.
Men can be hoes. Men can be, be bitches too.
Yeah,
it's just it is what it is.
Yep. Normalize calling everybody a bitch because sometimes people be a bitch, bro.
Like I'll tell all my boys they're acting like a hoe. What you mean? You're acting like a hoe. You're doing some hoe shit.
You're doing some hoe is some hoe shit. You should not be showing up to that studio session just because that big artist is there. That's some hoe shit.
The fact that those names are like, people kind of put it like strictly towards women is crazy to me. It's not.
Well, it started there, and I mean, I guess it's good to acknowledge that, like, the term started as a pointed kind of like insult towards women, but
it's like
also
wild,
let's take that shit back and redefine it. Like, fuck it. Like, guys can be hoes, guys can be bitches. So, coming up on the tail end of things here, I'm feeling pretty good about our time control. We've hit a lot of shit like in this episode. This is
actually a really dope conversation. Yeah,
it's a really good. We may have some trouble with the video. Like I may not be able to salvage the video, but this is an episode that I'm going to encourage everybody talk. Everybody listen to this episode. If we don't have a video for it, I will have some clips of this episode coming for Instagram specifically. We'll throw a clip on YouTube when I do find the clips together.
Sure, yeah.
This episode is one of my favorite episodes I've done so far.
Oh, thank you, man. That means a lot.
Yo, it's not the first time that I met somebody, and then like the first time I met them, we're sitting down with the microphones and we're hitting the shit. But like, it's definitely one of my favorite times I've ever done it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Likewise, this is dope.
Is there anything you wanna bring home? Like, do you have new music that you're gonna drop soon that you're thinking?
I got a track with Lil B coming out.
Oh, with Lil B?
Yeah. Yeah, Lil B the bass guy. Yeah. I swear to God. Bass guy. Yeah. Yeah, I got a track with bass guy coming out.
Yo, what?
Yeah.
Cameron.
I'm gonna play it for you after this shit is done too. I'm gonna play you his verse and everything.
You just got your vaccine. I was gonna be like, bro, I want to give you a hug.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, Lil B. We got Lil B on it. The
Damn.
Song. And Paul Wall too. We're doing a song with Paul Wall.
No.
Yeah, but that's not coming out till later in the year. Just because like I really need to focus on campaigning those properly.
How much are you? We don't have to talk. We could talk about it off the microphone.
How much did I pay for it?
No.
I mean, going to ask me that. I didn't know.
I ain't disrespecting nobody, bro.
Yeah,
That's between you and me when the microphones are off.
Yeah.
Fucking no, like I mean, how much are you allowed to talk about in advance? Do you want to just talk about it when we turn it off?
Lil B, I could talk about Lil B, whatever, however I want. He's definitely interesting. He's interesting. I don't care if he sees this because like I don't care. He was calling me like we were texting back and forth. We even talked on the phone and a weird dude.
Yeah, yo,
I told him that too. Like, yo, and he like I FaceTimed him also actually, and I was just like, it's a weird conversation. Like, and the fact that there was only like 10 words spoken made it even weirder. I had text, yo. He was calling me baby and stuff. Like, babe.
Shit.
But yo, he's the man. It's Lil B. Like, you can't expect anything else if Lil B is saying that it's very like on brand for him.
So I'm about to send Lil B. Yo, Lil B. I hope Lil B watches this. I'm about to send you pictures of my feet, son.
Oh yeah, because the Twitter shit. Yeah, he's all over Twitter posting pictures.
I'm about to write Lil B on my soul, son.
Yeah, but and yo, the thing is, like, everyone doesn't think like Lil B is like that lyrical, and
Lil B's nice. He can be nice, bro.
Nice. He's like, what am I gonna say? Well, what song? Like, I'm God is like. Number one of the hardest beats of all time. And then he also had Angel's Exodus, and that project he tried to rap on. Like, Motivation's hard. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I put my verse on there, and I'll show you guys his verse. We don't have the hook yet, but that's gonna come out probably in November.
Are both of you working on the hook? Are you gonna write the hook?
I'm doing the hook. He's not touching it. No. He's not touching it. Yo. I told him that. You're not touching it. And like the thing is, I told him what was it? He didn't put any of his ad-libs in the OG verse. I'm like, bro, you need to put your ad-libs in there. I need a little bang, dang, dang, dang. I need something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't do a song without his...
while I'm listening to it. I need something. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's going to be cool. And the Paul Wall one's definitely going to be good.
Dang.
I love Paul. I love Houston chopped and screwed music. Like, I love Slim Thug. I love Mike Jones.
Yo, do you have that song already done too?
No. That
one's in progress.
Yeah, that one's in progress. I told him, like, I'm trying to blast everything for November, December. Really trying to take this time to figure out how to. And I got a video coming from Moon too, so we're really trying to figure out.
Bro, let me know. You need extras for a video. You want me to stand in the background with like one of the spinny signs, like,
I got you,
like
bro.
outside the car wash.
I got you, man. I got you.
Let me know. Damn, yo, Kamron, it's been awesome talking to you with the microphones on.
Likewise.
I love your music. I'm looking forward to listening to this Lil B track as soon as we turn this shit off.
Thank you, bro.
Yo, this has been another episode of The Angry Barista, and if you loved it, fucking subscribe, go on YouTube, listen to Kamron's music, go follow him on Instagram, follow me and Naveed, you know the vibes, you know what's up, follow Shkary Kids, and last but not least, stay angry or not. Peace.